So this is the euro dollar analysis for Monday the 4th of December. Now, let's have a look what happened with prices on the 27th of November. Just give me a second. Not the 27th, sorry, the 1st of December. So on the 1st of December, let's grab the pen. On the 1st of December, we can see here we came up into this region here above 1910. We did actually break above it, and we did come up to this 1940. We didn't get quite close to the highs of the 1960s just up here on the left, but we have stalled in and around this 1910 level. Now, in around this 1910, we did have this major level of resistance marked out here in red, and even though we did trade as high as 1940, we weren't able to hold on to this level, and we have broken down beneath it. Now, we did come down into this 18, just bear with me a second, it was 1810, wasn't it? No, sorry, 1862. Yep, we've come down into 1862, an area that we did see some resistance in the past. Let's clear this chart a bit more. We did see some resistance in the past in around this 1862. We have seemed to find support now on Sunday here. Well, on Monday, the 4th, we can see here the market's gap down. So from Friday, we did come off a little bit. We did catch a major bid off the 200 period moving average just here. As you can see, the 200 period moving average is being respected. As pointed out on these 3 occasions here, we have had a move to the upside. What's happened is we've seen a gap down in the market, which is usually bearish, but we have gap down into support, which is a 200 period moving average, as well as 1862, further out into the confluence. So we likely see a bounce and move up towards that 1910, on which we're looking to test this 1960. Let's have a look at the levels above that. If we do break above this 1960, and there we go. So if we do break above 1960s, we're targeting before we go up to 120.30, we're targeting 120. We might see some selling momentum take us back down to 1910, beyond which we're looking for the major level of 120.30. Again, we're looking for sell side momentum coming into the market, and above that we're looking for 120.92. just below 121. That was our highs of 2017 so far. We might see a reaction of that 120.92, possibly back down to this 120.30, possibly even lower. Now, if we do break down from where we are at present, if the 200 period moving average, as well as the let's just get a scale on here, correct. If we do get a breakdown from where we are at present, the 200 period moving average, as well as this 1862, which is we have seen some negative reactions from in the past. We are looking for price to come down towards 1830 if we're not able to hold 1862 and the 200 period moving average. If we're not able to hold that level, we're looking for a breakdown to 1810, where we have found a support, as you can see here by that pin bar. Let's just clean the chart up. So we can see here on this pin bar, we did have a strong move all the way up to 1910 from this 1810. So we're looking for a move up to 1810. I've just we have not seen much reactions around this 1788, so I'm just going to remove this line from the chart, as we have not seen reactions there in a while. So we'll see how prices react to this 1810 if we break it down from 1830, beyond which we're looking for the 400 period moving average marked out here in black. A break of that 400 period moving average, you'll see prices come down to the next major level in around this 1771. Again, we're looking for some buy-side momentums coming to the market to retest 1810, possibly 1830. If we don't see much of a reaction of this 1771, the next level we're targeting beneath would be 1728. Again, we're looking for buy-side momentum to target the level above in around that 1771, and below that we're looking at 1710. I could imagine 1710 being the far end of the range on Monday the 14th. In around 1710, I would expect to be the far end of the range on the euro dollar. Now, to the upside, where would I expect the far end of the range possibly to be? We're currently trading around 120.30. I think I can't anticipate us moving much beyond 120.30 unless the markets are extremely volatile, in which case we might target 120.50s in around at 120.60. Again, to the downside, I can't anticipate us breaking much below 1710 at all. Beyond there, we'll be looking for the 1670s just to see how prices react around there. So that should wrap up the analysis here on the hourly time frame. Normally at the start of the week we have a look at the higher time frames as well. So we're just going to go over to the monthly chart. and see how prices are developing here on this monthly chart. So on this monthly chart of the euro dollar, what can we see here? So we've come down into these 103s. We did catch a bit of a bid, and we've had a very strong move to the upside since the French elections. We did pull off a little bit from this 120, and we did have somewhat was interpreted as being slightly negative in terms of the German elections, but we had 2 months of pullback, had a bit of a pin buying around at 120, pulled back down. Now, what we can see here on this chart is the month of November. The month of November finished pretty strongly, so we came down into the 115s, well, just below the 116.12s. We came into the high 115s, and we did catch a bit of a bid. We've got a very strong candle here. It somewhat engulfs the previous candle in terms of its body. It is a pretty sizable candle closing near its highs again, which is a good sign for further upside momentum. Now, we do have a possible interest rate decision in the United States, and we are at the end of the year, and we have seen a very strong move in the euro, so we might see a bit of a pullback here at the end of the year before we go into 2018. But overall, on this monthly chart, we do appear pretty bullish. We've got to move to the upside. We've had a pullback. We do appear poised for continuation, possibly beyond the 120. Beyond 120, we're looking possibly at this 200 period moving average here on this. Let's see, it's quite a bit away, so it might not come into focus for several months. The 200 period moving average sitting at 124.11. Again, it'll likely move quite a bit before we get up there. More probably the most immediate level we're possibly looking at is on this 122.50. In around 122.50, that's probably the most immediate level if we break above 121 or 120.92, essentially 121. We'll see how prices reacting around there, but we have to break the previous highs of 2017 so far in around that 120.92. But overall, we do look poised for more upside momentum. So if we head over to the weekly chart, just to see how momentum is developing here. So on this weekly chart, as you can see here, we've had a series of higher lows, and then we've had this pretty strong run, minor pullbacks, strong run, broke above this 200 period moving average here on this weekly time frame. We've had a very strong move up. We've had quite a bit of a pullback, nothing to be too concerned about really. We didn't we didn't even trade all the way down to this level actually. So we didn't trade all the way down to the midpoint. Instead, we had a bit of a minor pullback below the 200 period moving average. We found support in around the high 115s, low 116s, and as we can see here, we've had a pretty strong run of a couple of weeks now. 3 previous weeks of very strong bullish momentum in the market. Last week we did have a bit of an inverted hammer, I think it's called. It did close bearish. Had a large wick to the downside, which suggests that the bears gave the market a good push to the downside. But in the end, even though they did win the week, the fact that the bulls were able to drive the market so close to its open possibly indicates there's a lot of buying momentum in the market. Now, as we can see on this weekly time frame, we have had a gap down as well, so it might be a continuation from last week. So we have to see how prices developed. But overall, as we can see here, we've got a strong move, which is bullish. We've had a pullback, and we've got another move again. So we do look poised for a retest of the highs up there, unless we have a major turnaround, in which case we'll start to look for that 200 period average as well as 116.12. Now let's just have a look at the daily time frame before wrapping up here on the euro dollar. So if we head over to the daily time frame on the euro dollar and scale it over a little bit, here we are on this daily time frame. Let me just have a check on the weekly, make sure there isn't anything I'm missing. So on this weekly time frame, below us we might possibly find some support. We've already mentioned levels, horizontal levels. Beneath us, dynamic levels, we've got the 20 period moving average sitting at 118.15. So it's about 15 pips away from the 1830 level. So we've got the 20 period moving average down there as well. May act as some dynamic level of support on the weekly chart. Now if you head over to the daily chart, let's just grab the pen. So on this daily chart, we've got our previous highs in around at 120.92. In around this region here, we did see some sell side momentum coming into the market. What we have done is we've pulled back, consolidated, broke down to this level, and again we've posted a series of higher lows. So we've got a low here, higher low. We do look poised for another higher low again. So We do seem to have pulled back off last week, but with the gap down, but we do look poised for more upside momentum. Overall, we've got higher low, higher low, higher low. So we've got 3 higher lows, indicating possible upside momentum towards that 120.30, 120.92. Overall, the trend is to the upside. We have got the 200 period average and 400 period average, but are quite a bit away. So I wouldn't anticipate them coming to focus anytime soon. So that should actually wrap up the euro dollar overall. The market does appear bullish. We did see some weakness come into last week, but something we have to be cautious of. But overall, the market does seem to be trending up towards testing these previous highs. So that should wrap up the euro dollar analysis. Thanks for watching.